Thank you for tuning in to Perfectly Palm Beach. This episode is brought to you by Pretzels.com, the best pretzel partner for the month of December. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Perfectly Palm Beach. This is the place for a lively conversation with very busy Palm Beachers. And today I am very happy to once again love my co-host, Guy Clark, and introduce him because he is the man.
Hi, Janie.
Hi,
Nice
how are
to see you.
How could it possibly be December?
I don't know, but you know what? The better question is how can it get better than this?
Then you and I in here together.
Yeah, exactly.
In a black box.
Exactly.
So have you begun any holiday shopping, or where are you in your...
I am totally done with that. I
You
finished
are?
weeks ago.
Stop it.
I'm so darn busy. I have to do it way in advance.
Wait, are you one of those people that starts after Thanksgiving?
Oh, God, no. I
You
just
don't
go
have
online.
You don't have a closet full of gifts
I do.
in your house?
I do.
Oh
I've always had a
gosh,
gift
I'm
closet.
so impressed.
I've always had a gift closet.
Wow.
I'm always prepared for unexpected guests, visitors, people with birthdays. You know who taught me that?
Your mother.
No, I wish my mother had. She does do those things now, but back when I was a kid, I don't think she had that kind of foresight. But Mrs. Whitney taught me that. When I was at Cartier as a kid, after college, I worked there. She would come in and buy 30 of the same gift, and I'd wrap them and we'd label them what they were, and they'd go to all her different houses. And because house guests showed up all the time, and they're like, "Oh, it's my anniversary, it's my birthday."
So wait, she had closets full of Cartier gifts that she would just give a house guest.
Yes. And it would be all her different houses. So I learned that lesson when I was very young. And so I just make sure that I have gifts that are wrapped with tags on them and all that stuff. And I'm prepared.
God. I am so behind the eight ball.
You are,
I
Janie.
can't even tell you.
I can't imagine. You're a great hostess, Janie.
But thank you. You're
you
so
can
sweet.
cook and everything. You're amazing. I can't even boil water.
I paid him to say that.
It's true.
You know what's so much fun is that now that my kids are married, I've got girls. It is so much fun as a girly girl to go buy those girls gifts. I've gotten jewelry for them, necklaces, earrings, makeup. It's so much fun. I love that.
That is fun. So do you give any food gifts?
I think after today, I'm going to.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yes.
Yeah,
after we introduce our guest. I just want to just give a little, background, which is that we have a great food guy on today who is like Mr. Snack. And he's been so successful. And I'm so excited because really my most favorite snack in the whole world
is what?
Pretzels. And pretzels and licorice. Honest to God.
Okay.
So I want to introduce our guest today, everybody. Mr. Warren Struhl. Welcome.
It's awesome being here.
So you are the founder of Goat Food. Tell us what that stands for.
So GOAT, like, Muhammad Ali. Yeah. Or some of those other guys like Michael Jordan, greatest of all time.
Right. Love that.
Not just like the animal.
Don't be confused.
I thought you were doing goat cheese or something.
Don't be confused.
Nothing to do with the animal.
No, this is about greatness and strength. And
so is it G period, O period? No?
It's the way, however you want to say it.
Okay.
It doesn't make a difference. But I think we usually go just GOAT with cap letters.
Okay.
And so we started Goat Foods actually in the beginning of the pandemic. I own a few businesses, and
just a few.
Yeah. And the kids and I were just talking. I've grown kids, about 30 years old, and it was the beginning. And I said, let's talk about the future. We didn't know recession, depression, Armageddon. We didn't know what was going on.
What a good dad.
All the above.
And how many kids are we talking about?
So I have 3 kids.
Okay.
I have actually 2 kids and 1 son-in-law.
Okay.
And we had a family meeting, and we said, what do you think about, you're starting a family business during this crazy time? Your father's done about 20 of these things in 32 years. We've never done anything together. I could teach you how to do something during this period of time. So of course my wise ass son says, if you're funding, let's go. What are we doing?
And Smart kid. Sounds good to me. Smart kid.
And that's how it started. And
were they in the food business beforehand, or were they like finance guys?
So my son,
they were still living at home.
They were not living at home.
Okay. Not even during the pandemic.
Exactly.
That's great.
One is in New York doing some stuff in the music business. One is at a big accounting firm. Another one is doing some nonprofit. And we say, let's just do this sort of almost as a side gig.
Cool.
And I've had a history of doing some really cool stuff in the food business.
Back up and tell us what your background is and how you got to this place. Because for people that are entrepreneurial, they're listening. it's nice to hear what somebody's successful path has been.
Well, you're like the true Renaissance man in my book. I mean, really. Wait till you hear this, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to bore you with all the details.
No. I'm excited because when I read about you, I had no idea what you did. I was like, oh my God, this just goes on and on and on. So give us a synopsis.
So the short story is 34 years ago, I was working in a real estate company, decided I wanted to be an entrepreneur, and had some crazy idea to start a company selling paper for a new machine, a new technology called the laser printer.
Yeah.
No one had really cool paper. So I started a company called Paper Direct, which was a catalog business, and invented literally hundreds of different proprietary products that you could put in your laser printer tray. And you could print different kind of newsletters or handouts or menus, etc. And in 4 years, just fortunate enough to do some really cool stuff, and had 1 million customers in 4 years.
Amazing.
Wow.
And I sold that business in 1993.
You hit that market just at the right time.
You did, yeah.
I think
Really
you hit a lot of markets at the right time.
Well, yeah, but that's
what it is.
That's not just luck.
No, that's not luck.
Well,
That's
I mean, I saw
knowing.
I saw the technology of laser printing and desktop publishing coming. So I sort of said, people laughed at me that I was going to sell paper by mail, which is sort of the theme of my next 30 years. I love when people laugh at me that I'm going to sell.
You're proving them wrong, Warren.
Because usually if they laugh, that means something's interesting.
So or they're just jealous that they didn't do it themselves.
Could be.
Right?
Could be.
Yeah.
So done a whole bunch of things to this day, and it started and invested close to 30 businesses.
Wow.
One of my favorites is in the popcorn industry.
Mm.
Started that about 20 years ago. Some of you may know it out there listening. It's called Popcorn Indiana. It's a bag of kettle corn in
red
a red bag.
Right.
Love that red
Everyone's
bag.
had that.
Everyone loves that red
My
bag.
husband lives on it.
Yeah.
In the red bag of kettle corn. So started that, really took a commodity of popcorn and upscaled it. I was obsessed with Howard Schultz of Starbucks, and I said, no one's ever done anything really cool in popcorn. So that was the beginning of that business.
So smart.
Yeah.
So smart.
And when I exited that business about 6 years ago, I've always had this passion to try to get back in the food business, do some things. And that's the call that my family and I had. I said, look, I'm busy doing some other things, primarily in the photo space. And I said, I got these domain names. Let's reinvent some of these categories. So first one we did was licorice.com. No one.
Do you love licorice?
I love licorice.
No, I literally grew up on licorice and pretzels. Literally.
Wait a minute. Swedes are addicted to licorice. You know that, Warren.
Totally.
Oh my God.
Totally.
My whole family is crazy for licorice.
Yeah, he's like the number one rock star in Sweden. But I literally had a double cabinet in my kitchen, literally floor to ceiling, filled with stuff, licorice pretzels, and the big joke in my family was like I had a date because all the boys wanted to come and eat at my house.
So fun. So no one really did anything cool
Love
with
that.
licorice.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
We pulled a collection together from all over the world. We invented some products along the way as well. With the domain name licorice.com, you can't sort of forget
Can't go
it. It's
wrong,
really
right.
tough.
Nobody else had that?
I've had it for a while. I've had a whole bunch of these things for a while in my
Smart
back pocket.
guy.
Smart.
And we launched last November 1 and literally ran out of licorice
A year
for
ago.
Christmas.
Wow.
And this year has just been a barn burner. Actually, my sons and my daughter actually are at the factory right now packing boxes. That's why they asked the old man to come here and do this interview. So it's 1 year. It's
Wow.
literally 1 year. And then we
And the
decided
factory is in the United
it's
States.
in Delray
right?
Beach, Florida.
No
actually.
way. It's a
Yeah.
local one.
It's right here.
business. That's
Wow,
fantastic.
I love
Right
that.
here
Family
in
and local.
Delray Beach.
Wow.
So,
Incredible.
and then we launched the second brand of Goat Foods, and we have about 7 or 8 in our back pocket. But the second one we launched just 30 days ago, Pretzels.com.
You just launched that 30 days ago?
30 days ago.
That's amazing.
30 days ago. We've been innovating for way over a year with a bunch of chefs to try to figure out like what is the next level pretzel going to be.
So literally, I was literally blown away when I started doing research on this. All the different flavors. There are 50 plus gourmet flavors. There are collections that you can put together. There's customization. I mean, it's amazing how much you offer, but I think the flavors is really makes it so unique. I mean, strawberry margarita pretzels.
I know. That's fantastic. So what is, first of all, how do you get a new product out there?
So as I mentioned, my first business was in the catalog business,
Right.
So I'm used to this thing called D2C, which is an acronym that was just made up probably a couple of years ago. You know, catalog is a DTC business.
That's right.
34 years ago when I started my first one. So we're pretty schooled at figuring out how to sell via e-commerce. So
Okay.
lots of blocking and tackling, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, influencers, banners, bulletins. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
But it's the
you have to have a
factory
good
that
product.
matters, right? It's the
Well, you need a good product. You need a good product.
Of course.
You need great packaging, right?
Yeah.
And you need to know what you're doing and how to acquire customers.
But having a facility that's local that literally can make it is, you didn't have to get on an airplane to go anywhere else.
Correct. So some of the products are made locally. Some of the products are made worldwide. So we collect it all and then ship it all via FedEx. So it gets there really fresh and really fast via FedEx, everything.
It's a 3-day FedEx drop. Yeah.
Correct.
So you're selling soft and hard pretzels, basically.
So great question. So right now we're actually only selling hard pretzels.
Okay.
Since we've been alive in our business,
30 days, you haven't.
That's actually, I think, maybe 45 by
Okay.
now. A lot of questions about the soft pretzel market. And therefore, January 1, when we take a deep breath, we're going to figure out how to offer 2 doors when you go to pretzels.com. One is hard pretzels and one is soft pretzels. So we're working on it.
So I have a question. What about all the people that are gluten-free and wheat intolerant? Do you have any thing for them?
Good question, Guy. Good question.
So we do have a few gluten-free products in the licorice selection, not in the pretzel one. We are going to innovate that in the beginning of the year.
Because that's going to be huge. I mean,
it is going to be huge.
I'm completely grain-free. So for me, it's very hard to find foods like this.
Yep.
And that would be amazing because it's such a huge market everywhere.
It is growing every day, and we have it on the docket that we will figure that out.
And I will be your taste test guy.
Thank you.
Me too. I'll be
It's a
right
new
there.
job for me.
So give us a list of some of the gourmet flavors for people that are listening, because I think they are so unusual and they make such incredible gifts, because you can't find that anywhere else.
The packaging is great.
The packaging's beautiful.
So
for those of you that can't see,
the packaging is
amazing. Warren is opening up a brown and orange, and
it's braided like a pretzel.
Yeah, like braided like a pretzel, right?
So the first one is bacon bourbon jam.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
The second one is salted honey butter.
Jesus.
Incredible.
And the third is garlic ranch.
Amazing.
So
delicious.
Strawberry margarita, by the way, is probably my favorite.
God, it sounds
but
so
anyway,
good.
I might as well have. You can't have.
I can't
I'm
have,
so
but I can
sorry.
smell them.
I'm so
Ooh,
sorry, but you can have one of
can't.
those.
Janie's going to go
Yummy.
through them like a wood chipper.
Wow.
What did we get? What did we give you? Bacon bourbon jam.
But
What
wait a
does that
second.
smell like?
Warren, the smell is amazing. I mean, it smells
It's
like
very-
bacon and bourbon.
But it's got a really great balance of sweet and savory.
Actually, I'm going to take one myself just to make
It's
sure.
really good and
So-
salty. It's really good.
I'm very interested, though, in not only how you come up with the combinations, but how you get the flavors in a pretzel. I mean, how do you get bacon flavor in a pretzel?
So we are collaborating with one of the oldest standing pretzel manufacturers in the heartland of pretzel country in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And we got a bunch of scientists together and food experts, and basically figured out how to find the right pretzel and how to find the right pretzel that would absorb the right ingredients. So you got that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And then we researched and worked with a lot of different places to figure out the flavoring. So when you smell it or when you taste it, it's just
It's
off the hook.
really good.
It smells like
It
it
is
should
really good.
taste.
I mean,
And I can't. Right, yeah.
Some of them are. I wrote some of them down because I was so blown away.
All right, tell
Pizza,
me.
of course, all different flavors of pizza.
Of course.
Mediterranean style salt meets vinegar, which is a huge
Wow.
one. When you're sitting
It's a
on the
great
beach on Nantucket,
I
that's
want
what you
all
have
of
to have.
these.
Bourbon bacon, we just had smoked Gouda, spicy cocktail. How does that
What's a
sound?
spicy cocktail?
Exactly what you
Yummy.
want it to be. Exactly what
okay.
you think
Like
it is.
So it's like a
Spicy
margarita,
margarita.
right? Margarita with that. What is
It's
that?
like a
like a
boucan.
cayenne pepper on it or
Exactly.
something,
It's
right?
like a boucan margarita,
Oh my gosh!
which is so
Exactly.
yummy.
All right, so-
Delicious. But
so-
after you have one of those pretzels, you're still standing and walking when you have one of those boucan margaritas.
yeah, you watch out.
You watch out.
Or three.
Exactly. Amazing.
So, what is your distribution like for this product?
So right now, it's only direct to consumer online,
Okay.
but we have a ton of requests from retailers,
You've got to.
hotels.
Oh, I'm sure.
retailers.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So we're going to plan out our strategy when we take a deep breath, as I said, in January for both licorice and pretzels. And then we're going to start to launch some other products in the new year. We own other categories from truffles.com,
Wow.
cashews.com, taffy.com,
Wow.
and a few others. So
God,
those
Turkish
are pretty-
taffy was my favorite candy growing up.
It
Really?
still is mine.
Yeah, it was really
Still
my
is
favorite
mine.
candy.
Yeah.
He's take it and smash it on the, the tabletop, the
gosh.
counter, and it goes into a million pieces. I used to
That's
love
when
that.
it's hard, but I always went to Frelinger's in South Jersey.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
my friend's family actually started that. So whenever I go down to South Jersey to the boardwalks or anything, I always go there and pick up the taffy, and I send it to my mother, my sisters, and everything. And because we grew up also in the Cape, and they have an amazing saltwater taffy selection, like in Provincetown along the Cape. So
we're going to do some really cool things in the taffy
Sounds
space
great.
as well.
Really clever, all these domain names.
I love that. You were smart and on the ball. For the holidays, though, let's give our listeners some ideas, because the gift boxes, it can be customized, and it comes in several different collections too.
Right. So you have two choices. One is you can buy individual tubes, as we're showing today, or you can buy them in preset boxes where we'll suggest for you. So a bunch of different collections that we put together, so you don't have to think about it.
Like this group of 3 that you brought us.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay.
And if it's, a corporate gift, as an example, we will actually put your logo or message on these. The time is ticking to get that done.
Wow.
Like literally this week.
Right. Yeah.
So if you're listening, go reach out to us at pretzels.com or licorice.com, but it's coming close. But yeah, we have been, cranking on the big corporate orders.
Yeah, why not?
I love this.
It's a really fantastic gift. I love the fact that you've got customization.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really a big deal. The other thing that I really love, just kind of given our world, is how you say that you're trying to blend the old with the new. And I love sort of combining through the tradition of pretzel making in the heart of pretzel land in Pennsylvania with all these new innovative tastes. I mean, that's what sort of brings it into, I guess, 2022.
Exactly.
Not a lot of people are doing that. I kind of like that.
It brings it home, right?
It's nice.
I mean, think about that.
I mean, when I literally heard about you, the first thing I thought about was literally sitting in my parents' den as a kid, and somebody would say, "Oh, go to the kitchen and get us pretzels." I mean, it was the snack. It came, we had rods, we had the little
the big
ones.
Twisty ones.
Yes, exactly. I mean, my brother used to pretend he was smoking a cigar and like tap the crumbs on my head as torture.
Oh yeah, I used to hold mine because my father smoked a cigar sometimes. So I would pretend at 4 years old that I was smoking a giant cigar. So tell me something. Now, we saw these little size pretzels. What are the other shapes and sizes?
So all the pretzels are the same shapes.
Okay.
We have these little mini braids, if you will, and that's sort of specifically our iconic piece.
So they're each like a couple inches.
Yeah,
basically.
there's about 2. I think it's about 2 inches in nice thickness, and we just did a lot of taste testing and a lot of consumer research, and there's so many different form factors that you can go with on a pretzel, and we just said that this is the form that we love, and again, as you asked the question before, it was the one that also attracted most flavorings.
Interesting.
It's 2 bites
into the braid.
It can be 1 bite or 2 bites,
and each one is a half a pound.
If you're a lady.
Each little cylinder.
Yeah. So each of the tubes and pretzels are half a pound, and licorice, which I'll open up.
Yeah, let's see the licorice.
It's beautiful packaging, Warren.
Okay, so we're looking at red and black stripe packaging here, and for those of you that can't see,
and that's licorice.com.
Yeah, licorice.com.
So we have 3 flavors here. We have Finnish black ripples. We have Australian red, which is a hometown favorite, and raspberry pretzelish. Now, the funny thing about this one, it's raspberry, and the reason why it's called pretzelish is because
kind of tastes like a pretzel.
Well, no, better than that.
It has raspberry flavoring.
Better than that.
Okay. He's trying to open it, everybody.
Yeah.
There we go.
They should do a Swedish raw salmon version.
Seal it tight.
Smoked salmon pretzel. What about a brunch?
No, we're talking about licorice now.
What about brunch? We're talking about pretzel. Oh, that's right. What about brunch? I think there is a brunch collection, isn't there?
There actually is.
No way.
Yes. No, there is. Yes.
In the pretzels or
yes,
the
in the pretzels.
Yeah.
So. Oh.
Okay.
Gosh.
This is.
Oh my God. I'm
the
so
reason
excited.
why it's called
That's like Swedish fish.
Pretzelish, because it's.
Oh
my God, Janie, no?
Wow. I'm going to have some later, I promise. But right now, I've got bourbon bacon jam in my mouth.
You got to cleanse the palate.
So good, warm.
Delicious, right, Guy?
Wow.
So fun.
Okay, that's amazing.
It smells incredible.
Yeah,
that really smells fabulous. Yeah. Okay, so what's coming up is the cashews and a couple of other ideas. You're going to stay in the snack category?
We are. We're going to add some chocolate products. Actually, we are bringing out a product that we are so excited about in the first quarter. I'll disclose it here first. It's called a Popster, Popster.
Popster.
And a Popster is an individual piece of a caramel corn
Okay.
Caramel corn, one piece with a little sea salt, and coated with
like a kernel.
chocolate, with strawberry, with coffee, with Mississippi mud pie, with and 12 different flavors.
Oh my gosh.
Individual, fully coated. Oh, think like a malted milk ball, but it is a caramel corn ball. And
you are amazing. Okay, you're amazing.
It is to die for.
How come you're not like 10,000 pounds? Because
I just lost 9,000 last year.
I was going to ask that. I was like, how do you
just like taste test all this stuff all the time?
You know what I'm sort of really curious about, because I come from a family business, and it can be difficult. So how has it been working with your kids?
So my kids are, I think it's all about in how you handle a family business. My brother and I have been partners forever. My father was involved in our first business, and since the day one, we never had one fight, which is wonderful. Which is not normal. And we basically sat down with the family and said, here's the deal. It's complex. Family businesses are complex, but I think it's a matter of openness. Yeah. It's a matter of communication. It's a matter of don't hold it in, and everybody works hard. At the end of the day, we're here for one reason. We're here to make some money, give back to the world, hopefully, if you make some money. And that's the mission. So I think so far, so good.
What's the charity? What's the give back that you guys do, that you're involved with as a family?
We have a whole bunch, but I think one of our
give us one or two.
One of our favorite charities is an orphanage, a children's home. Actually in Israel, that we donate, and we've been involved for 25 years.
Wonderful.
250 children that we consider our own in lots of ways.
That's
really
beautiful.
Thing. Yeah, exactly.
There's a whole bunch, but
it's nice to give back like that.
You
of
have
course.
to. I think in life, everything's about giving back.
Exactly. But you're also teaching your kids to do that too, which is really great. So they're going to continue doing that, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Yeah. So, so it's just been smooth sailing through that. Was just as a family?
Well, nothing smooth sailing, right?
Well, I'm kind of trying to get at that, because it's like, wow, I never hear it. People always complain about family businesses. They're not easy sometimes.
It's hard. But look, I'm not all day, every day involved in the business. I'm sort of their consigliere, their consultant, their chairman. I'm doing some other things right now. So they're working it out themselves.
Got it.
And just doing an awesome job doing it.
And everybody's got a division of labor.
Everybody's exactly.
I think that's the key to it, actually. It's that everybody has to have their own particular job, right?
It's very true. In all businesses.
You got to delegate that. Yeah. Yes, you're a very good delegator.
Oh, thank you, Jenny.
Yes, you were a very good delegator. Okay, so we're staying in the snack business. Pretzels and licorice is one of the best gifts, I think, for any holiday.
I would think so.
Birthdays, corporate outings, anything, right?
So just tell us again what your deadline is to make orders online now for the holidays, for a delivery.
Sure. The real deadline, if it's not a corporate order, corporate orders are at the end of this week.
Okay.
However, the official date will be about 5 days before the 25th, so about the 20th.
Right.
But order now. It's just easier. There's lots of logistical things going on in the world, as we all know.
Right.
So,
and we've got a code for any of our listeners, right? You want to tell them what that is, Warren?
We set one up for you. PB.
We're grateful for that.
PB20.
PB20.
That's easy.
Excellent. Right. Thank you.
PB and 20 is our age. So
that's
so easy.
20 is our age.
Exactly.
That's easy. We got that.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Sounds
Warren.
good, Warren. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm so happy to, I'm saying this genuinely. I'm really happy to know about you. I love these pretzels.
And I'm so impressed.
Oh my gosh. I love them. I can't believe how unique and unusual and fantastically tasting they are. Can I say that?
Yeah, I think fantastically, sure.
Fantastic. That was super yummy. Bourbon bacon
We're gonna leave you another half pound, so just don't do it in one sitting.
Don't worry. Okay. I am your new fan. PB20, everybody.
I'm a big fan too.
Thanks so much. This has been Perfectly Palm Beach. Thanks, Warren,
for coming in.
Thanks, Warren.
Great.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Happy holidays.
Likewise.